for Mack. All right. First off, he is gracing us on his birthday. All right. So I need y'all to light the chat up. Today is his birthday, and not only just any birthday, his 40th birthday, the big 40. So y'all light that thing up. He turned 40. Oh, the king is with us today. So how honored are we that he is gracing us when he could be doing anything, turning up. I'm sure he will turn up later, but he is still working. So when I tell you, I'm going to read his bio, and y'all know how your girl is about reading, but I'm going to actually read it because then you'll really understand like how blessed we are to have him on his birthday when I read this man's bio, right? But he is going to be talking about imposter syndrome. I cannot wait. So Tim Mack hails from the humble beginnings of the city of Beeville, Texas. Go look it up. All right. Timbo Mack is a professional stylist and educator. Don't play with him. Of over 19 years of experience. Okay? By using hair as a canvas, he brings a distinctive aesthetic and fresh approach on drawing out of each of his guests' unique beauty. Ooh, I love this bio. By seeking inspiration from the past along with modern influences, he creates amazing fashion-forward color cuts and styles. Ooh, don't play with him. A graduate of Coastal Bend College, behind the chair, Timbo is a co-owner of Aspire Studios in Corpus Christi, Texas. Okay. Where he caters to a multicultural clientele, collaborates trends for photo shoots, assists in training the educational team as a Pravana global educator and mentor, artist of the salon centric. It takes a pro design team, inspires salons and schools at hair shows with the Pravana Collective. I'm tired of reading. In addition, he's been featured in Aspire Magazine, The One Bride Guide, Modern Salon, Beauty Launchpad, and has honored Pravana's 2017 Artistry Educator of the Year, along with being devoted husband, father, and cousin, and an artistic educator, salon motivational coach. Timbo believes in education and an infectious passing on the knowledge of one stylist at a time. I'm tired. I'm sick of you. You still on mute?
Yes, I am still on mute, Mama. I'm still on mute.
Okay. Timbo, you are an amazing man, and we thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Good morning, my friends. Good morning. And good morning for those who are just here, and good morning. I am so honored to have been asked to be a part of this illustrious panel. I want to say thank you so much, ladies, for asking me to be on this podcast. I am truly, truly, truly excited right now to be sharing a little bit of the good news. I also want to give a shout out to Caro, also to Brother John. Thank y'all so much for going ahead. Someone has to be first. Someone has to be first, and I knew it wasn't going to be me. But it was an honor listening to all the amazing things that y'all dropped. Great knowledge, great information, and all encompassed in an amazing, what we call a testimony. And trust me, any man that walks on the street in this world today totally has just that. I was actually told a long time ago about some interesting numbers, and numbers do not lie, and those numbers tell you nothing but the truth. And that was that 70% of Americans walk amongst us with the feeling of inadequacies, that they do not matter, that everything that they have achieved is worthless. And this is something that we know today as imposter syndrome. I think we all have been through this experience before, that we feel that everything that we have received, everything that we have learned about ourselves or going to experience is worthless, that it's worth nothing. And that's something that is a problem to me because I have personally been in this particular situation and is still dealing with it to this day. And I have found multiple ways for me to deal with it and how to subside that thought process, because it is something that is very detrimental to your goals, is detrimental to your future experiences, and also to any blessings that are coming your way. If you don't know who I am, thank you so much, Heather, cousin Heather, for that introduction. But I am Timbo Mack. I am a stylist behind the chair. I am not a counselor. I am not a counselor by no means. I am taking none of that from any of you, you beautiful people. I am a stylist. And ladies, I know that I'm on this panel. I know that you all go into your salon and you sit down and you chit chat with your stylist and you tell them and you unload every single experience that you have in your life. Someone has dubbed me at one time a therapist. I felt like it was an honor because a lot of things that people are going through, they feel very, very confident in sharing it with their stylist. After being in this business for years and years and years, listening to so many testimonies, I too have learned an education behind the chair about some of the things that a lot of people are dealing with, especially men. And imposter syndrome is definitely one of them. There was a great article that was published in Medium by Maryville University Associate Professor of Strategic Communication and Leadership, Dr. Leilani Carver Madelon, and she defines imposter syndrome as the experience of someone who feels like a fraud, intellectually as well as professionally. People are experiencing imposter syndrome and they feel that they are not good enough, like they don't belong, and or if they are a fraud. And then those who are dealing with imposter syndrome, this is nothing new. This has been going on since 1978 because in American Psychologist magazine, they feel that women are dealing with this constantly every single day. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, my friends, I am dealing with it as well. And I know a lot of men are. So when it does come down to it, imposter syndrome is something that plagues us mentally because we find ourselves doing things that are half done. We are not going for the job that we truly deserve, but the one that's safe. And because of that, it leads us into a realm that we get to later on where we start to have regret. Now, when we start to regret things and we start thinking that we shoulda, coulda, woulda done something a little bit different, we start to hit ourselves and beat ourselves up. And that's truly what the essence of imposter syndrome is. I've had countless people sit in my styling chair and they tell me every day, and these are successful people, my friends. These are attorneys, these are doctors, these are teachers, these are people that are out there killing it out there, being very, very successful in their own right minds, but in their own mind. Their own mind. There's a song back in the day in the 90s saying the mind start playing tricks on you. It starts telling you that you are inadequate, that you do not matter. And then before you know it, we start falling into this realm of discontent and sadness and sorrow. And we get into this deep hole, my friends, and we cannot get out of it. I just want to take a quick pause for a cause to give a huge shout out to the family and friends of The Trench, who was an amazing, successful African American male. That even to this day, I'm still sitting back like, wow, how does a man that's so successful, how does a man that has a beautiful family, have these amazing friends, still find himself in a hole that he cannot get out of? And the answer to that is truly imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is something that's very, very real, my friends. It's something that is true, and it happens in two different areas in life. And one of those areas I want to talk about is the workplace. Let's pause on that. Let's take a pause on that. The workplace. What are some of the things that can cause us to jump into that realm of imposter syndrome? One of those things is lack of representation from the senior leadership. Did you know that only 3.2% of senior leadership in huge companies actually look like me or look like you? Now I'm going to let that marinate for a little while. This can cause us to start thinking that maybe I don't belong in that realm. Maybe I cannot make it to that higher level of achievement. One of those is presidential attitudes. 58% of African American professionals report having experienced racial prejudice in the workplace. How many Black folks do they have in the work environment? How many people that are the higher ups, as we refer to them, look like you and me? Also, performance expectations. Now, that's something that's very, very important to me when it comes to expectations. I myself, I set my expectations very, very high. Sometimes people setting those expectations high, they start getting in their feelings and they start getting in that ocean of craziness that we call our mind, and they start giving themselves self-doubt because they literally start to feel that the expectation bar is way too high and they will never ever achieve it. And then also lack of support. Did you know that Black professionals lack access to higher level managers? Like we said, those higher ups that do not look like us, that understand where we're coming from. If we do not see them, we feel like we don't feel supported, like no one's ever going to understand where we're coming from. And then also the workplace environment. The environment that we live in is something that is very, very special. It's a culture that we all look at. And if we feel like we're not represented, then we start to feel that we have these inadequacies, that we don't feel like we have that sense of belonging. And then also we talk about the workplace. We're going into society outside of work. This is what the home life looks like. This is what it looks like when we're going to get that hamburger and fries. Now don't judge me, y'all. I love me a hamburger and fries, and I do feel like I deserve it. But I do have those inadequacies, those feelings of rejection when I'm in society. And one of those is microaggression. I fly a lot, y'all. I travel a lot. I'm always here, there, everywhere. And one of the things that I always look around and I tell myself, do I deserve this? Do I deserve to be standing on stage teaching to other people? Do I deserve the opportunity to be doing this beautiful work, to be published in another magazine? Or if we flip that script, do you tell yourselves the same thing? Do you look around, ladies, and y'all are flying first class and tell yourself, do I deserve to be flying in first class? Do I deserve to be sipping on this Cristal? Do I deserve to be rocking the Louis Vuittons and the Gucci shoes? Do I deserve it? This is all going on in your mind. And this goes back to lack of representation, not seeing a lot of people that look like us doing the same things. Okay. So, how do we overcome imposter syndrome? How do we fix it? How do we get on the path of getting better? What does that look like? And I'm going to be honest with you, my friends, you're never always going to get over it. You're never always going to get over it. It's something that always has to jump up here and there, and it pops up here and there. But I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret if y'all can smooth in a little bit closer. It is possible to work with it and to live with it. You can still thrive when dealing with imposter syndrome. One of those things is brag on me. I don't care what anybody says. I love myself. And don't feel guilty about telling yourself that either. Ladies, I know you get up every morning, and what's that song? The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup. You know what I'm hearing? Say a little prayer for yourself. You hear what I'm saying? Brag about yourself. Tell yourself, I know I look good. And this is going to set you up for success when it comes to conquering this crazy life and imposter syndrome. Also, practice self talk. Talk to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I can do this. I do matter. I do feel like I deserve that promotion. If I have everything that the other counterpart has, I deserve it just as much as they do. Tell yourself that. If you can't love yourself, how are you going to love somebody else? We hear it all the time. So always give yourself that positive talk. Also, own your accomplishments. You hear what I'm saying? It was funny because I was listening to you, Heather, and you were sitting there talking about this bio. Every single time that bio, it still gets me because I'm dealing with imposter syndrome. I need to hear that every single day. I need to hear that mantra. And now, ladies, I'm gonna keep it 100. And me and the fellas, we're gonna talk about this later. If you have a good man, if you have good people that are around you, tell them. As someone that is in the group, that's in the tribe, if you have people that are trying and they're moving forward, literally tell them every single day, you know what? You did that. You did an awesome job. It's okay to celebrate those accomplishments. You hear what I'm saying? Now, I know I'm preaching right now and I might be talking this little sermon, but I definitely feel I'm at the right place at the right time to talk about this. Okay. And then one time and all the time, always remember to celebrate your failures. Now I know some of y'all are sitting back saying that, hey, hold up, Timbo. Wait a minute. Celebrate my failures. What's that all about? You have to have failures. Without failures, there would not be any accomplishments. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell y'all something. Do me a favor. Actually go through your vocabulary and adjust or tweak the way that you speak. Okay. Tweak the way that you speak. Instead of saying failures or mistakes, I personally like to call them discoveries. I discovered I should have did it a different way. And I'm sure everybody has been in a situation. Yes, I said situation just like that. I was talking to my cousins down during Christmas time. We were up there in Florida, and one of the things I had pointed out is I know a lot of us have skeletons in our closet. Some of us have whole graveyards, but it's okay to celebrate those discoveries because they will eventually lead to a testimony. Okay. And then also, when you are celebrating those discoveries, celebrate the achievements of others that have came before you. We all stand on the shoulders of someone who came before us that did it different and did it big in their own way. Okay. I talk about some of my family members personally who have personal testimonies, who have tragedies as well as triumphs that they've been through. But I stand on the shoulders of their experiences because it made me who I am today. So I like to celebrate their achievements as well as their failures as well. Okay. And then also, I want you to take the opportunity to mind your tribe. Those are the people that are around you. I do believe it was Takaro as well as John. Y'all said it best that the people around us, they definitely can influence us. And I like to call them my tribe. Okay. I do believe it was the late, great Nipsey Hussle that said, if you look around you and the people around you, if they do not inspire you, if they do not celebrate you, you are no longer in a circle. You are in a cage. Okay. I'm going to let that marinate as well. Those people around you, they are the ones that are going to uplift you when you're feeling down. They're going to mend your wounds when the world has gotten you down. And those are the people that you definitely need to celebrate and keep closer to you. Now, overcoming imposter syndrome can definitely be difficult. I said that before, but it's not impossible. Accept your skills and accomplishments, and that your voice definitely deserves to be heard. When you make mistakes, feel unworthy, or anything like that, be sure that you focus the facts on your qualifications. Okay. And then also, do the qualifications and make sure that you celebrate those qualifications, because if you have the same qualifications as your counterparts, you too deserve that promotion. You deserve that dream job. And then also at the end, when negativity starts getting into your mind, my friends, flip the script. Okay. Focus on the positive affirmation and not the negative talk. And then remember, the most important tip in growing past imposter syndrome is shift your perspective. One of those things that I was telling people when we're playing basketball, I know sometimes we're dribbling that ball and our feet, as the coach always says, keep them firmly planted on the ground. But if somebody is coming from you from this direction Or if they're coming from you from this direction, sometimes in life, you might have to pivot. Don't move because moving will require you to move both of your feet to a totally different direction. All I'm asking you is pivot because one of those feet is going to stay firm, planted on the ground, which means that all of your foundational skills that your family has taught you, the things that you firmly believe in, are still staying true, but you're able to adjust and manipulate in order for you to still make the goal. My friends, I want to thank y'all so much for allowing me to be on here. It is always, always a pleasure to be in company of excellence and amazing people and an amazing tribe. I want to invite y'all to still follow me on my social media at Timbo Please, and then also on my website at www.timbomack.com. And then, ladies and friends, I want to invite y'all to enjoy y'all's day and celebrate just being you. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Them these nuggets and they just be